Boom! We are off with another episode of
Laugh.
Booze Your Daddy, the podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Alan Snyder. Hey, Zach, show me your Lisa Loeb Spotify tattoo.
I can't show it to you. It's enough, but it'll stay for a while.
I think that's more of an off-podcast bit that you have. I cannot believe you didn't put her in your top 100.
Of what?
We did a thing 2 weeks ago, remember?
I said, well, it's not really a pop song. She's in my top 100. She's my top one. Laminated.
Booze Your Daddy, the podcast. Tuesdays, we do it live. Saturdays, we post it later. We love the love.
Amy Grant. Like, is that where they're at?
We love the hate. We appreciate people coming back, listening to these episodes time and time after time.
Time after time. Yeah, now we're singing that for a week. It's been Right Said Fred on loop for a while.
When you're in the car and that song comes on, do you do the "I will be waiting" or no?
No. Yes.
It's like the Phil Collins
and you bang Zoe at the last one. Just slap her in the
shake her by the Nerf ball.
Yeah. I do all of those rhythm section, harmonies. I'm everybody in Jackson 5.
Which Jackson are you? How many?
All 5 of them.
Tito,
What?
Jermaine, Michael, and
Randy.
Randy.
Not that Randy Jackson. It was a Randy Jack, different guy, but that's the 5th Jackson.
Too pitchy, dog.
No, that asshole. He
Right,
makes
Zach.
so much money doing nothing.
Judging by your energy, I have no idea how tonight's show is going to go, but I have a lot of stuff despite the quick turnaround because clearly I'm feeling a lot better from last
You are.
episode and this past weekend. But
We
before
both have RSV. I definitely have it after going near your kid.
we
And
get
you.
into tonight's episode, in case you aren't feeling so good, I think you need a trip to the
Well,
doctor.
I do. Now, it is a problem because it is my second trip of the week. I had some, by accident, last night. One of the members of our softball team was freezing, breaks this out and says, just for me. By the way, it warmed my whole body up. But I'm going to see Mr. Dr. McGillicuddy.
Mr. Doctor?
Mr. Doctor. I don't know. Dr. McGillicuddy. He went to McGillicuddy Med School. He's a menthologist. So
That is for
week's
people just tuning in. Zach we have a running bet. I have the Ravens. He has the Jets. But the best part was he came over this weekend, and I
It was
made
made
sure
before Rodgers died. Nevertheless, Go
I
on.
went out and got that shot special for him, knowing he needed a prescription to see the doctor.
I do. The doctor. Nip time is right. And these things are delicious. Thank God. It's like those other ones are bad. But by the way, you have to say it like you're an asshole from Boston. The doctor. And I've been to a bachelor party with a bunch of assholes from Boston. This is like currency there. It's like jail yard.
I also
So,
have it's bad.
Bottoms up. Yeah, from Boston. You think you're better than me?
Look how I am. Pinky up.
Mhm. Woo, that'll get you there.
I just can't believe it.
Period.
We were talking about this, Zach, and you're like,
So
I don't
good.
know if it needs to be warm or not. I'm like, oh no, these shots are way better cold.
Yeah. It was fine. Still goes down and stays down.
Before we get into tonight's episode, Zach, why don't you tell everybody what we are drinking?
By the way, is this just so that you can pass a breathalyzer when you get pulled over? Because this is like alcoholic scope. It's fantastic. We are from the Left Hand Brewing Company. Oktoberfest Marzen Lager with an umlaut, so you know it's real anti-us.
Zach, from the bottom, it said from our hand to yours.
Oh, fuck. I didn't do the math. This is going to be gross. Everything's gross.
6.6 is a lot of alcohol, yeah.
Yeah, I don't care about that. This is going to be orange juice after you brush your teeth. Whatever I'm going to chase this with is going to be disgusting because I'm all minted out. That's on
Truth.
you. Fire in the hole.
So I had Zachy come over this past weekend, so I did go back to Total Wines to keep Novemberfest going. These beers also on sale. I made sure I got one for him, one for me. Release the Kraken! Bottoms up.
Yeah, this thing expired in Crystal Nut.
Ooh, that is a little strong. I don't love it.
I have no idea what it tastes like. A, I can't taste.
For all
B,
the anterior third of your tongue.
yeah. So there's A, I have that. B, I have this. So like what I can taste is just, crest.
It's great.
I'm sure it's good. Did you do the
Episode.
research on that? Am I having a stroke?
No.
No. What do I have?
Annoying disease.
And you lose taste from that? That's my punishment? Fuck. Sons of bitches.
Episode 207. Calling this one Make Believe.
Make believe. Like it.
It
What
was
do you
one of
make
the
me
bigger.
believe?
It was one of the bigger stories in the news this past week. It was just something that tickles my pickle. I want to know your thoughts, Zach, on reporter Carissa Thompson.
Oh,
Tell
she was
everybody
tops
what
on my
happened.
list.
Tell everybody what happened. Who
So
is she? What
Carissa
is she? Who is her daddy? What does she do?
Her daddy is me. I don't know. She's a sideline reporter for the NFL, and she goes, supposed to interview coaches on the sideline. Like they're gonna give you nothing. Yeah, well, we got to look at the tape and we got to see how he did and come out strong in the second half. It's all bullshit. So rather than actually ask Belichick his thoughts on life to get yelled at, she was making up. Yeah, he said that they're going to come out and try to have more offense in the second half. Back to you, Al. Like, it was nonsense. So instead of, doing her job, she just fabricated for years. Now, Aaron Andrews took her side and said, we all do that sometimes. But she's the George Santos of it now, Carissa Thompson. So when he vacates his seat, I hope she runs.
To be fair for Carissa Thompson, she went on a Barstool podcast and just openly told the story. She was not found out by any stretch. She volunteered this information.
She was found out by her daddy.
Do you know what my biggest problem with this story is?
That anybody cares. That's even sideline reporting. What would we need this shit for?
Do you know how she spells her name, Carissa?
C-A-R.
No. No.
No, then.
C-H-A-R.
Carissa?
Like C-H as in Chianti. That's the biggest part of the story that
Did I
bothers me.
spell it wrong on my anger thing?
I only knew it because I looked it up.
Yeah, but I wrote my thing of anger, my notes. My burn book, so I know what to talk about during my. I spelled it with like it should be spelled in the real world.
Yeah, incorrect. As I've heard both sides of this. It's bad journalism to nobody gives a shit. They don't say anything anyways.
Let's stop with calling the sideline reporters journalists. We're being very loose with that term.
And as far as Aaron Andrews, I'm sure she's faked it from time to time as well.
I saw her video of her frolicking.
Her video, I don't know if anybody's ever seen me like that vulnerable, but I sure as hell do not prance around my bedroom with those type of angles that she was doing. Not knowing
hair to brush.
Not anymore. I shaved it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I mean, the only sideline interview I've ever liked was when Joe Namath tried to kiss Susie Colbert. Other than that, like,
I want to kiss you.
I want to kiss you. I don't care about the team struggling. Like, it was the greatest interview of all time. And there's no number two.
There's been some good sound bites. I enjoy it.
Like that. You like the sound? No, post game is much, much better than halftime or sideline.
I don't think we've ever talked about it, but when it comes to make believe, you are an only child. Did you have a make believe friend growing up?
I'm gonna make believe friend right now. You. You're on this podcast? No, I didn't. I
not your friend.
No, nor make believe. No, I got nothing.
I just remember hearing that growing up, that was a thing, and for me, you had a better chance of me convincing like the Tooth Fairy existed. I remember going like, time out.
Someone in my house believes wholeheartedly the Tooth Fairy.
Jenna?
Oh yeah, very much. No, Zoe was hip to no Santa Claus at like age 4, which is terrifying. He didn't show up.
Well, you're Jewish, so that's there's
Tooth Fairy. He comes on. He comes on command and comes, pays in cash. She's happy to believe. She's got a theory about them. She's got a whole backstory made. Guy pays hard cash, cold hard.
All right, let's take it even further.
Whoa! Who's Jimmy Tony? So Samantha had some Italian fake friend. Was he velour suit mafioso? I'm picturing chest hair.
I debated on telling this story. It's just such inside baseball to our family.
Well, let's take it outside.
I get these confused. So The Adventures in Babysitting was the famous 80s movies, and the Babysitters Club was like the book series or something.
I have no idea.
But remember there was like a whole little fad with little kids reading that. Well, I do believe they had a movie. I could be getting this completely wrong. That was called like the Babysitters Club movie. And my family, Amanda and my sister, they loved this freaking movie growing up. But I think they like went to camp or something, a bunch of little kids, and one of them had an imaginary friend. So the counselor's interviewing her, and she's like, "And what's your name?" She's like, "Oh, same age as Jimmy Tony." And there's nobody standing there. And they're like, "Oh, who's Jimmy Tony?" And she's like, "Oh, that's my imaginary friend." So the counselor, just thinking this is absolute horseshit, goes along with it. So the next time she sees a little kid, she's like, "Oh, and it's Mary and Jimmy Tony." And the little girl goes, "Jimmy Tony's not here."
Stop there.
And like it became a punchline in our family for just about anything. We're like,
All right,
all
right, Samantha, no more drop dead Fred. That's my Jimmy Tony. That's my generation's Jimmy Tony.
Forgetting about that, as far as making things up, anything jump out in your life where it was just a bold-faced lie, harmless, not harmless, that you just made something up and just ran with it? You're like, might as well. It's too late to go back on.
All the things I told Jenna when we were dating. No, I don't think so. I was always pretty honest because, like, fuck it. You don't like what I have to say? Let's go. I wasn't ever a huge liar. I'm better off just, like, throwing my truth grenade and just hanging in. No,
it'll come to you.
Like,
if it comes to you,
lies.
write it down. Next week we'll bring it up because it was a little too much on the spot. I know
was the fifth Beatle, but other than that,
oh my god. Okay, you already brought up Santos once, and then you dropped a fifth Beatle. I do have to
tell
say,
me your father thinks he was the fifth Beatle. That will be it for us. It'll be amazing.
Shout out to one of our loyal listeners, Little Mike, who hits me up this week and goes, "I just have to come clean. George Santos is my congressman." I'm like, wait, what? And he goes, I said, "You voted for him?" He goes, "No, when I moved here, he was a congressman." I'm like,
would he vote for him, though, is the question.
We didn't really get into it. I don't even know who people are voting for.
Like I had George Santos' district.
Yes, how great is that?
Right now.
Yeah, that was really good. As far as making something up, now the New York City Marathon happened, 2 weeks ago, but I'm still seeing people posting annoying pictures of all the way. I went to support a friend years ago, and
so did I.
It gets fucking cold at these things. And I remember going to the finish line, and we're waiting there, and we finally see her cross. It was like one of my Hoboken friends, and I'm so cold. And you know, they give people that tinfoil, the conspiracy theory wrap to keep them. Anyway, somebody was like, we were walking by a garbage can, and I watched somebody take it off and put it in there. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I grabbed one, and I just wrapped around myself because I'm freezing at this point. And we start.
Anything?
No, it was really good. So now we start walking and we go to this after party for the person. Zach, if I had $1 for every person that stopped me and congratulated on me and running the marathon, and all I was like, it was tough, but meanwhile, I think I was in flip flops. Like,
I mean, yeah, there was a time where I was in Vegas and a buddy of mine messed with these three, hillbillies from the Midwest, these three old ladies who thought he was an acrobat in a show, and we all went with it. That's harmless, fun stuff. But no, I don't have like some George Santos style like big lie that I've kept going forever.
I'm not a doctor. You know that, right?
We all know that. This is more of a doctor than you are. Ooh, there's some left. Hold on. There's some left.
Oh, cheater.
There it is.
Cheater.
There it is, baby.
That was something that tickled my pickle this past weekend. The other thing, which I hope I'm not killing one of your stories, but did you see that there was some big 200-person mafioso ring that got caught in Italy? It's some mafioso ring in Italy that looks like it was spelled Narragansett, but that's not what it is. They found guilty. They're getting all the jail, like 2,000 years or something. The best part to come out of this story were their nicknames were released, and it was like Sweetie, Fatso, Mr. This.
Oh, yeah.
The best one, Lamb Thigh.
That's good. It's very
what
good.
What the hell did that guy do?
I don't know, but the one we knew was Papa Smurf.
Oh, so good.
So good.
I saw that. I absolutely love that. And here's my other thoughts. Did you watch the game last night, the KC Philly?
Much of it. I flipped to Black Mirror at one point. We'll get back to it.
And then, did you see or have you noticed that more of these NFL players are doing this? You can't set a pick, but Kelsey's first touchdown, the wide receiver kind of went in. He turns around and just kind of sticks his tush out and does like a throw me the ball, but he's definitely setting a pick. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I do.
Okay. Well, if Philly can have the tush push, can we call that the butt plug?
Don't hate it.
Or the dick pick, but I think that has a new meaning.
Meh. I like the butt plug better.
It's good, right?
It's good. It's not bad. You go with it. But don't tell Rosenpein. He'll steal it and claim it as his own.
Plagiarism.
Here's the big lie.
I'm going to see him this weekend. I'm excited.
It's not that exciting.
Zach, feeling quirky? Give me some jerky.
All right. So, your girl, Tay-Tay, you hear her ticket prices are plummeting? You could see her in Brazil for $41.
Pesos or dollars?
Dollars. It costs you a lot to get to Brazil, but it may be worth it. The Eras Tour is not doing so well.
It'll cost you a kidney in Brazil. Are you kidding me?
It's still cheaper than a ticket. It's still cheaper than a ticket in the Meadowlands.
Meadowlands, then buy a new kidney.
Absolutely, yeah. But her show is struggling in South America, not so much. Nothing gets me there like an airplane meltdown.
Yeah,
it's very high on my list, shockingly high. Yeah. Airplane passenger freaks out on Frontier flight. Now, you have your Frontier Airlines. So, quote, she's possessed. She needs help. So she had an absolute meltdown, some woman, and she was doing hurdles over the seats, and they claimed that she was possessed.
Oh, Jesus.
Love everything about that. That now you're and we're off to the races.
That's good.
There was a study that says $1.2 million equals happiness. I have no idea what my number is. Maybe that's why I'm not happy. That's the national number that if you had $1.2 million, you're happy.
They do this every year. We've talked about this. It's always some number that you have to make. No, it's always like
just have that, and you're just happy. Like life is good.
It's not that life is good. It's that if you don't have internal happiness, $1.3 million won't change your life. That's what the study means. It's not like give me 1.2 and I'm happy. It's that you have to be at peace with yourself first.
Be at peace and be dead broke. It costs much to be at peace.
No, it's just one of those things where you have to be okay with who you are, what you're doing, where, yes, $5 billion, you'll have a much better life. But if you're ugly on the inside, Exhibit A, my podcast host.
Gorgeous on the inside for $5 billion. He's smoking hot.
Okay.
Anyway, Susan Sarandon in all the hot water.
What'd she do?
She was dumped by Hollywood agency UTA over an anti-Jewish rant. She said that she's saying frightened Jews are getting a taste of how it feels to be Muslim in America, and it went on from there. She's 77, by the way, and looks phenomenal. Still a little less cute today, but oh my God, yeah, that's not good. But for me, the story of the week, and I don't know why, I just like cool stuff like this, and I enjoyed the movie Shooter. Ukrainian sniper uses Horizon's Lord rifle to take out Russian soldier from 2.5 miles away. You got me. 2.5 miles? It's good. Amazing. You have to take into account like the Coriolis effect, wind. Like this guy must be a fucking genius. Or just spraying bullets.
On the Mohs scale, what the coriander what?
Coriolis effect, the arc of the Earth from 2.5 miles away.
The arc, it's to the left, I guess, right?
On a good day. Yeah, that's pretty
it's
impressive.
What about Bradley Cooper? How many miles was he shooting people from?
I don't think movie? It was 2.5. He wasn't using something called Horizon's Lord. Now, I'm not a big gun guy. If you give me one choice, I take that over a Glock or Uzi or whatever other gun. The Horizon's Lord, pretty good. That's what I got. Oh, and we'll get into what I'm watching. I said, oh, there it is. There's the Horizon Lord. Look at that bad boy. He's not fucking around.
Hey, Zach, what you watching?
So I'm still balls deep into your Black Mirror. Good call. They are tough to watch in bulk. Like 2 at a time.
Yeah, you do one, maybe two.
Maybe two. So we just got through the episode of Waldo, that blue bear thing. I liked it. Yeah. No, but I liked it. My biggest problem is like, how the fuck has a comedian not done this in general before? Like, rented a van, going around various cities, and just made fun of pedestrians, just people. Just like drive around tooling on people. Like, Waldo's coming to Santa Fe. Get ready, or he's going to be in Miami. It'd be incredible. No tickets, no nothing.
But the most interesting part was, as I say, like, it basically is Trump. That episode was years before he was the president.
Yeah. But even so, like, I just think that that's a brilliant idea. A van with a screen and a guy inside, and he just gets to rail on you. He can say anything he wants. That's him. You say anything back to him, he's gone.
Good. Glad you liked it.
You can't do it now because it's been done.
They still redo a lot of stuff that people do. That's a thing.
And we should do that. We could be, I don't know, Tony Jimmy.
Jimmy Tony.
No, we'll be Jimmy to Tony Jimmy. We'll switch it around. Better that way.
Ridiculous. We're watching a lot of good things. I fell hook, line, and sinker for something. What I told you, like one of my favorite podcasts, they do these watch alongs, these reviews, and I was like, all right, they just started a new show. I'm going to jump in. It's called The Curse. It's on Showtime, I think. And I was like, I sat down with Julia. I said, hey, I know nothing about it, but I don't like watching trailers. I just want to jump in. Julia looks at me like I have 4 heads. She goes, I've seen trailers. Like we're not watching it. It's not for us. I'm like, listen, just because you're uneducated and not artistic, we sit down to watch it, and she is staring at me the whole time like, you done? You done? You done? I got 12 minutes in. I was like, I can't do this anymore. There are these new shows that are popping up. It's with Emma Stone and some other idiots. It's kind of like Parks and Rec where it's mockumentary, but it's not a comedy. It's like this fake situation where they're in Espanola, New Mexico, and they're just going up to residents and being like, we're going to change your life. And there's a whole crew behind the scenes that you see like they're making a show, but it's Emma Stone playing not Emma Stone, and you're trying to believe like it's real, but it's not funny. And the whole time I'm like, this is so goddamn stupid.
It's not Spinal Tap. I don't want to know from a mockumentary.
But if you're doing Spinal Tap, it has to be... Spinal Tap is so over the top. You have to know like it's not real. These
can't dust for vomit. Fantastic.
There's a new turn up to 11, Zach. Like I get it. There's a couple of them now. Like the same guy, this Nathan Felder, I think his name is. He was in the show on HBO called The Rehearsal, which we got through like 2 episodes. It's like trying to be real, but it's clearly not, and it's somewhere like it's lost for me. It's like it's too much in the gray. Like I get it, but I don't.
So that's what you're watching, schlock.
No, I'm telling people right now not to watch this. And other than that, we're catching up on 17 hours of Bachelor in Paradise right now.
And a lot of football at your house to be uninterrupted by a crying baby. He was delightful. I met Milo the other day.
He's brutal.
Kid was brilliant. He did a little dance. He gave a little ease. He did a Macarena, and he slept. I didn't hear much crying. He gave me RSV. There was a lot of coughing in that house. And then, like after the kid is point blank range, and Alan's hacking up a lung for all of us, it's like, oh yeah, we all have RSV. Now you do too. Enjoy. Thanks for coming an hour and a half to Jersey.
He's a little more than 5 months old. He's had maybe 5 to 10 spit ups that are worth even talking about. Last night,
15 hours of sleep
total. Last night, he spit up on me so much, it was like, we have to change everything in the bed. I was holding him to get him to go to sleep, and you just hear, because you don't always hear the spit up first, it's more like the rushing up the esophagus, and you're like, oh, this sounds like it's about to be bad, and then it was just projectile vomiting in my mouth.
Ew, in your mouth?
I closed my mouth, but it got all over everywhere. We're like, there's times that the baby cries, and Julia and I kind of like fake don't hear it.
Oh, was that RSV?
We kind of fake don't hear it because the other person like has to take care of it. When we heard one of these, which has happened before, the other person usually darts out of bed to get towels. Like it was so bad.
You pretend like you don't hear it, but you're quietly kicking the other one like back and forth until one of them like, you get out of bed. Oh, yeah. You get out of bed. And then figure it out. Being a parent's great.
Pishadoo of the week. I have 10 candidates, 10 decent ones, considering this is a relatively quick turnaround. Are you ready? Yeah. Candidate number 1. I'm going to compare this to the Bud Light transgender fiasco where people have boycotted Bud Light for some stupid reason. I have a better reason to boycott Pizza Hut. In the Hong Kong, they are now serving pizza with snake meat on it.
Ew.
It makes me want to... It doesn't matter. Zach, however bad you think you are with spiders, I'm way worse with snakes. And the fact that they're doing this at a Pizza Hut, I'm probably never going to Pizza Hut ever again. Like, ever.
It's so nasty. Wait, why would you ever go to Pizza Hut?
It used to be good growing up. It used to be.
You just think that because someone told you that once and you lived in Maryland.
No, we used to go all the time until we went. I don't know. I was 10 years old, 11 years old. My father orders a Coors Light, and the waitress, who is as old as Pizza Hut, cards my father, and he would not show his ID.
By the way, he'll show me cards for days.
He then flashed every one of his credit cards, refusing to show her an ID. And she's like, "Sir, you're not getting a beer until you show me a card." He didn't get the beer. We never went back to that Pizza Hut.
We used to go to the one in school, like for the buffet. The thin crust wasn't bad. You can get salad for as much as you want until you get a coli.
Candidate number 2. I'm assuming I see this more on the Twitter than you do, but there's all these little pipsqueak YouTubers these days who make ungodly amount of money, but they walk around and they do pranks and they do different things. But they have bodyguards with them now. And I've seen at least 2 or 3 videos where people get in the YouTuber's face and the bodyguard lays that person out.
Nice.
Nah.
What you do? The bodyguard?
The bodyguard. Or even the YouTuber for having the bodyguard. Like,
I don't know. Like, I got a meeting today where we were being pitched by an AI company, and I was asking him questions about, is it VC funded? Is this? He goes, they own such and such. He goes, yeah, but Caleb Maddox owns the technology. I'm like, okay, cool. I don't know. I wrote the name down. I had no idea who he was. I thought he was like some hedge fund or something. 21 years old. Been doing this shit since he's 16.
Yeah.
Fuck him. That made the company less desirable. Fuck that guy.
I bet you he has the $1.2 million to be happy.
He has significantly more, because after I Googled his name, I wrote net worth afterwards. He has more than both of us combined.
These guys are absolutely terrible. We run into these all the time when we're watching TV, where you see like YouTuber, and Julie and I will then watch some of their content. It's not good. It's really pathetic. It's unoriginal. It's stupid. It's not even clever, and they have so many hits.
Okay, Playboy, then why aren't we YouTubers?
We're too smart. We're too good. We're too good for the tube.
Fuck. YouTube? Is that a thing?
I think it's been.
It's gotta be. Gotta be.
I'm diddling around on Instagram the other day, and an advertisement pops up for professional nail clippers. Do you know what these nail clippers looked exactly like?
Asian women?
What? No, they're not sending an Asian person. Zach, I've bought nail clippers for 99 cents.
The actual clipper.
Oh my God. You think?
I thought it was a professional nail clipper. Like a person. God. I got a guy for everything. I got a pro for everything. My cat gets her nails clipped professionally.
Okay. These actual little metal devices
what's it called?
Are going for however much. I didn't click the link. Nail clippers are one of those things where, like, I'm not paying more than a couple of bucks. They all do the same shit.
I'm not sure if I ever bought one. They just show up at your house. I've got like 30 of them. I don't remember ever going to a store and buying a nail clipper.
Oh.
Have you ever bought a nail clipper? No,
yeah.
They just show up in the bathroom somewhere, or the bottom of your medicine bag, or like, they're just there.
Came with the house.
Yeah, maybe.
This story is a couple of weeks old, which I meant to bring it up.
No, I did buy one. I went to my desk.
This story is so good because it's years and years and years of having a chip on your shoulder. But it came up recently that at the Utah Jazz Arena, which I don't remember what it's called at this point, the Wi-Fi network inside is named Jordan Pushtoff.
That's amazing.
It's almost 30 years old at this point. Amazing.
What else do they have? Stockton shorts?
Stockton to Malone Honda. I passed it when I was there.
It's amazing.
Good. Candidate number 5, if you're keeping track at home.
I'm not.
People are all up in arms right now because the McDonald's sweet and sour sauce was found out to basically just be a very high fructose version of an apricot type of blend, and people don't like that. That's what they've been eating. They're like, apricot? Oh, I thought this. They got really mad because they didn't think that's what the flavor profile was.
Their palate's unrefined, and God forbid they eat a goddamn piece of fruit.
Did you see this?
The minute I mentioned Milo, now I'm coughing. You're rolling eyes. You gave me this RSV.
Giants went ahead and upset the Washington Samandas this past weekend. Except, did you hear they weren't able to shower after the game?
Who?
Both teams, because the hot water in the stadium broke.
Take a cold shower.
Have you ever tried? I have. On hot days, you can't do it.
I don't mind it.
No, I did it one time when I had to, and it was like hot New York summer. It was like one of those like, oh, I can't do it.
Sometimes
like if you're
I will
outside,
like take a hot shower and like then turn it to the cold at the end to just But that's me.
Oh my God. Number 7, keeping it in football. All right, I throw the turnaround loosely, but I do not think that any Buffalo Bills fan should be wearing a number 32 jersey with the nameplate allegedly.
Why?
For OJ?
I know, like
He
you
didn't
want to buy it.
allegedly kill them people. He definitely killed them people.
The glove didn't fit. A,
Oh,
B.
you
You
know,
want to buy
love
that
it.
stupid fucking jersey? Enjoy.
People love that shit. It's the
I
same way
hate
when
that shit.
you haven't been to, like, I went to Miami years ago and there's Finkel jerseys everywhere, or
Or a
like
Boucher jersey. I hate that shit. It's just better to put
right.
your own name on there.
I actually would not hate glove didn't fit. That actually I don't hate, but like to put allegedly, like, come on.
I would rather you must have quit. Oh, you have a whole row of all the different like good Cochran stuff.
Oh,
Ito
I'm not a fan of
won.
that when they put people's team name, the names of the jersey people together, because somebody always ends with Cox, and it's like, it's stupid.
Oh yeah, no, Ito won. I love the Judge Ito.
Judge Ito, take a bite of my burrito.
We're idiots.
It's a great movie. Candidate number 8. We talked about this a little this weekend. It really bothers me. You can't think of a better topic to come up with the musical than the Gwyneth Paltrow skiing accident trial to be put on the West End as a musical.
What?
I thought we talked about this.
I did not hear about that. I was just in England. That's better than the schlock I saw.
The West End in London is
I've been.
doing a Gwyneth Paltrow produced musical about her trial in the skiing accident that
What's it
happened.
called? Down Goes Gwyneth?
I have no idea.
When it
I think
comes to Broadway, and it
No,
will,
I'm not
we
watching it.
must
No.
go with Ron Katz and Rita Brigiano.
It's just
They
I'm
see
don't get me wrong.
everything. They see here
they
it goes.
do.
Gwyneth God skiing. They see everything. We will go. The four of us. I'll pray ski drinks on me
You're paying. I'm going.
for one drink. If you can wrangle the other two of them, it's an all or nothing. Get a
We'll
clear
talk about
Rita's
it.
schedule.
I'm not a fan of the jukebox musicals, but like this just sounds like a really stupid
A
fucking.
jukebox musical. If the thing is not a comedy, I hope it's like Dracula the musical and it's a comedy midway through. They just don't know it.
Candidate number 9. Tis the season, Zach. They're selling Mariah Carey "All I Want for Christmas" Barbies for $75.
What? Is it anatomically correct?
I don't think so.
Just bombs.
There's no bombs over Baghdad. I really think it's just a regular Barbie that kind of looks like her.
Like bombs over Babylon, Long Island. That's
That's
it.
where she's from.
There's some Long Island somewhere, I think.
Yeah, like I'm not into Christmas this early anyways, but the fact that they're now $75 for this,
That's
come on.
outrageous. I'm a huge Grinch in general. I don't like Christmas, but like
You could have stopped that sentence after Grinch.
a huge Grinch. Yeah, my heart will never grow 3 sizes.
And the best story I heard.
A
all
legal
week-
pad?
It's just yellow paper, like
Yeah.
that I write on. It doesn't matter. There's no
Figured it was
pad.
legal.
It's literally one paper. Best story I saw this past weekend. I'm going to ruin all the details, but there is some Oklahoma senator that is getting in a lot of trouble because he adamantly supports cockfighting.
Which kind?
The chicken kind.
I still like it. I think what's wrong with it? It's not ideal. She's from Huntington. It's pretty close to Babylon. Anyway, I mean, I don't like animals getting hurt because I do love animals. I'm like sort of, animal rightsy like that. But, what's my problem that he supports cockfighting? This is America. I'll have to like what you like.
You're a senator. You should not be. I mean, it's obvious he's getting money from this organization, which is why he's supporting the
What
organization.
organization? Mexico?
I think so.
Michael Vick?
I have no idea.
There's plenty of worse senators who support a lot worse crap than that.
Booze your daddy the
I
podcast.
don't get
Thanks.
to pick my guy.
Oh my
Usually
god.
we run through it. Fine, just end the damn show.
Snake
McDonald's
meat,
the sauces.
Snake meat, Pizza Hut, Hong Kong, YouTubers with bodyguards, professional nail clippers, the metal things, not the people, Utah Jazz, Wi-Fi network, McDonald's fans with their sweet and sour sauce, FedEx Field doesn't have hot water, the allegedly Jersey, Gwyneth Goes Skiing the musical, $75 Mariah Carey Barbie, and Oklahoma Senator cockfighting.
I think it's the Pizza Hut. I think we opened with it. I don't like it. Or the Mariah Carey doll. Like she needs more money.
End your show. Booze Your Day, the podcast. Thanks for listening to tonight's episode. We had fun. We're going to keep doing this. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. And when this episode comes out,
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy thanks birthday to me.
Fuck that noise.
We out.
Mwah.